Hi, and welcome to Allergens Release. Tom here. Today we're going to make meatloaf. So what we need for meatloaf is we need 3 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of ground pork, 5 to 6 slices of gluten-free bread, which I have gluten-free. I have 6 here, and I'm using a white version of gluten-free bread. 1/4 of a cup of garlic, 5 tablespoons of a mixture of parsley, thyme, rosemary, sage, and oregano. 1½ cups split into 3/4 of a cup each of barbecue sauce. You can use ketchup if you'd like. Caleb can have this particular barbecue sauce, so I'm using that. 2 cups of coconut milk, salt and pepper. And I'm using red onions. You can use whichever onions you choose to use. I just like the red onion better. It tends to add a little bit of a kick inside of whatever you're making. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our gluten-free bread and we're going to break it up. I want to kind of break it up so that it mixes better later, and then you don't have big chunks of bread sitting inside of your meatloaf. So then once we get that broken up some, we're going to take our coconut milk. I'm just going to incorporate that right into it. Get all that in there. Just get in there with your hands. Just kind of bring all that together. Mush it up. Let that milk soak into that bread. And what I believe this does, well, this replaces the breadcrumbs. And what I believe that does is that keeps some moisture inside of the meatloaf, whereas breadcrumbs will just dry it out too much, in my liking. So we're going to put this aside for a minute, and we're going to start adding our other ingredients. So we've got our onions, our garlic, our herbs, Aquafaba. So what Aquafaba is that juice that's inside of your chickpeas when you open them up. And that's going to replace our eggs, and it's going to give us our binder. So, and most people already have chickpeas in their cupboard, so it's not like you have to go and buy something special. So that is going to be 3 tablespoons per egg, large egg. So I am using 4 pounds of meat, and I tend to use 1 egg per pound of meat. So that's going to be 12 tablespoons of Aquafaba. We're just going to combine all this together. We're going to use that other half of the barbecue sauce later on when the meatloaf comes out of the oven. We're going to use that for the glaze. So let's just bring all this together. Meanwhile, if you're liking this video, please hit the like button. See how we're getting all that in there? So we get that in, that's all set. Now we're going to take our coconut milk bread mixture. I'm going to add that in. I like to add this in after. I think once everything else is incorporated, it helps it distribute better throughout the meatloaf. So now our mixture is done. I'm just going to wash my hands quick. Now we're going to take our baking pan. I'm going to put some canola oil at the bottom just to help prevent from sticking. And bring that over. And we're going to start to make our meatloaf. So, we're making a meatloaf. what I like to do is I like to form it. This is sort of like, if I equate this to what you do when you knead a dough. When you knead a dough, you're activating the gluten, you're tightening it up, getting all that stuff to work for you. So I'm just going to continue doing this for a couple minutes until I feel a firmness. There you go, see that? Now, it's starting to come together, nice and smooth, nice and tight. And you just kind of form it into however you want it to look. Take our meatloaf. Set my timer. So that's going to go for 50 minutes. We're going to pull that out when it's done. We're going to hit it with the rest of this barbecue sauce. Put it back in for another 15 minutes and then we'll be eating some meatloaf. It's going to be so good. Hey, now, welcome back. We're going to pull this meatloaf out of the oven right now. Look at that. So now that we've got this out, we're gonna pull this over the top. This is the leftover barbecue we had from earlier. Just kind of cover the top with this, cover the sides. Then it's going to go back in for another 15 minutes and it'll be done. Alright, so the meatloaf's about ready to come out. We've got about a minute or so left. Know that this meatloaf can go with something like a mashed potato, go with a risotto, or go with a rice, or a roasted potato, or baked potato. You can use the juice to make some gravy. So let's take a look at this meatloaf. Look at that. That thing is beautiful. So, we'll get our little server. We're going to cut this right down the middle. And take out a little piece here. Get myself a plate. Put that right on there. Look at that. Look at that meatloaf. Nobody whatsoever would know that that's gluten-free. Nobody whatsoever would know there's no dairy or anything in there. Pull out a fork. Let's go in and try this. Look at that. Nice and tight. No one would know there's no eggs in there. You've got to try this. Like I said, give it a shot. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Pair it with a vegetable. Oh, yeah. Enjoy.